Good morning, fam. Welcome again back to my podcast channel on YouTube. Today, I've been blessed and really, really grateful to have the man himself here, Nick.
Thanks
Nick,
for having me.
Nick made it?
Yeah, Nick made it.
Nick, what's your full name?
Oh, Nicholas Tafati, that's my name, yeah.
Nice, bro. Grateful to have you on,
thanks
bro.
for having me.
All the way from Logan, he's come out here to Ipswich to jump on my podcast. So I'm really grateful for him for making a trip out here to jump on. So I think like as we kick off, I might just run it back a little bit, and we'll just talk about kind of like how we met, how we crossed paths. So just for everybody to know, like this is the first time, that we're physically met. But I've been following along with Nick on his social media, on Instagram, and your work, bro, and like just everything that you put out there for yourself and for whoever you shoot, all those things. So yeah, and I think I'm just trying to think. This was probably, I think for me on my end, I don't know if it was maybe the beginning of this year or maybe last year that I followed you. I can't remember. Sorry, bro, but that's my story from my end of what I think or what I can remember of how I came across your stuff. But I think like because you follow, or some of my friends, they follow you as well, and I think that's what I started to notice more. Yeah. Like, because when people start to share people's work, and then I was like, oh, this guy, like, and then I picked up on it. But I love your work, bro. I love what you push out there. But like what we were talking about before, like I love your vlogs, bro. Yeah. Like that's probably the best for me because, like what we said, like the authentic side of it is what I love. And I appreciate because I feel that gives me a better insight to who you are as a person. Hey,
that's it.
But what about yourself, bro? Like, how did you come across myself?
So I've actually been following this guy for a while. Oh. I didn't tell you, but when I first got into the game, like when I transitioned from doing like the free shoots to actually making money off of my shoots, it was weddings. And this guy and Mike Mika were like, I was like, bro, those guys' weddings are crazy. Oh. So a lot of my work was like heavily inspired by you two. Oh. And then, I've just been following you ever since then. Oh, so
shucks. Bro, that's beautiful to hear, man. Back then, like when you were following us, how you were talking about free work.
Yeah.
Like, so when did you actually start shooting? When did your creative side start?
So my creative side actually started way before I got into video. Oh, yeah? Before that, I used to dance and I used to produce music. Oh, so true. I produced music for a lot of guys, a lot of the Logan artists, some artists around here in Ipswich.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but then back then, this was, 2018, 2019, that period when Australia music was just popping off. There was like a million producers and like 2 videographers. Oh. And every single group, like their music video was shot by the same 2 or 3 guys. Yeah. I was like, I think I need to make the move to video. And then, just started, I had heaps of mates who were making music, started filming their music videos. Yeah. And then got shared around, word of mouth, and then, went from there.
Like so was it like audio engineering? Is that what it was? Like how did you come along to producing?
Well, this goes even back. I used to play in our church band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I've always known how to play instruments. Yeah. Like I can play most instruments just learning through church, but I was a bass player. And then how did I even get into producing? I think it was my older brother. Yeah, if you know what FL Studio is, it's pretty much like DaVinci, but use it to make music, or like Adobe sort of thingy.
It's like Acid.
Yeah,
Acid
it's like Acid. Yeah, just another door like Acid. Oh. He had that on his laptop, and he just muck around on it. Yeah. And then I just saw him, picked it up. I was like, I can make these sounds I'm hearing in my head, like actually make it. Started doing that, and then at the same time, one of my mates, he was just writing in his book, like writing raps, poems. I was like, hey, I got some beats. Do you want to rap over them? And then that's how I started my music journey.
Bro, how old were you?
We're only in like, year 7, year 8?
Oh, so you're still in high school?
Yeah, we're still in high school. We were young, didn't know what we were doing, but we just liked making stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that's buzzy, man.
Yeah,
That's
I don't think I've actually said that like out loud publicly.
Yeah. Oh, and it's good because I believe like the creativity of a person always starts from somewhere.
Yeah.
Like you know, there's always a beginning to it. Because they were talking about the audio stuff. Rough Pops was the same, bro. Yeah. And there's a few people that I know that to this day they still do like, you know, make music, beats or whatever. But like your transition, kind of like, I think, did you just start to kind of piece things together? Like, was it quite similar when you're transitioning from like audio to visuals?
Yeah, it was. But I think what made me really transition was like, because we would have been year 11, 12 at the time.
Yeah.
Where I was like transitioning into video. And, you know, those times your parents are like, what are you going to do after school? I was like, I want to make music, but how do I make money from this?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I just noticed all the music videos were by the same people. And then I started seeing like all these wedding videographers. And then I started like asking all my brothers, cousins, hey, how much did you pay for your wedding video?
Yeah.
I was like, what? $2,000, $3,000?
Yeah.
I was like, I could have done a better job. No, but bro, no offense. This was also like 10 years ago, so you know, equipment's not that good. But it was a lot of just music and slow motion B-roll.
Bro, I love the honesty, bro. No, but the cool thing from that is because then you realize, like the money that's involved in this stuff, right?
Especially if you want to make money doing music, you have to be like a high level music producer.
Yeah.
Whereas like you can have a small business like media company. Yeah. Like the level to make like a livable income is so different.
Yeah. Damn, that's pretty good, bro. Yeah. Like that you understood that. Yeah. You know, like, because a lot of us catch on to that type of understanding a little bit later on in your life, bro. You're like in high school, about to leave high school, you know, and you're already like looking at it like that. That's cool, bro. Yeah. So you finish high school, and this is your thoughts that's going on in your mind at that time. Did you actually end up going and like doing a normal job? Like, did you go do factory work or anything?
No, so when I graduated high school, actually like during high school, I was still working in retail. I was working at Best and Less for like, I don't know, 3 years in high school. Yeah. Graduated, then I jumped on with Urbanware, and then about a year or two later, I became a manager for the Slacks Creek store. And then, I was just managing then till like end of last year when I left, start of this year. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So you were working there and still filming?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that was just normal 9 to 5.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you're working there and you're filming, what were you filming, bro?
So back then I was still doing music videos and weddings. That was like my main thing I was doing. Oh, and then I do I do a few small shoots for Urbanware. And then like other clothing companies will see I'd done stuff for them, and then it was just small stuff here and there. Yeah. But now the main money maker was the music videos and weddings.
Yeah. That's cool, bro. Because for you to shoot music videos, because you have that background and understanding of how, you know, make music, you're just doing it visually now. Yeah. Like you're just showing that side A. Oh, that's awesome, bro. Bro, let's. I'm gonna run this back because I just want to peel all the layers back, just to give everyone a bit of an understanding of how you came to how you got to where you are now. Hey, what camera were you using back then, bro? So
my very first camera I had was actually my sister's camera. Yeah. I don't remember what it was. It was some Lumix camera.
Lumix?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like it was like the GH3.
Yeah. GH2. So Lumix is like Panasonic.
Yeah. But like the camera didn't even shoot 1080, only shot up to 720.
Yeah.
So it was it was not a good camera.
Yeah.
But actually, this is how I also like started filming. Yeah. This was before I had like the business like revelation. We just go on family trips and we just bring the camera. Yeah. I just take small videos for my Instagram, not think anything of it. And then it was like all around the same time I realized you can like the like to make a career out of it. It's a lot more not easier. But like it's not as big if you want to be in the music scene. Yeah. But then I also realized I like filming these videos for my family.
Yeah.
like just our small holiday trips.
Yeah. So I think that there you got like your passion grew a
Yeah.
little bit more. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can understand and I can relate to that. When you shoot family, it's a bit more
Yeah.
sentimental. I
Yeah,
don't know if that's
sentiments.
the
Yeah,
right
that's
word
no,
to
that,
say.
that's it. Yeah,
You know.
because when you watch it back, you're like, it takes you to that moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I was like, and then this was when I was also all my family, like older family, were getting married, and we were watching their videos.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm judging the videos. I was like, this doesn't remind me of the day. But then I was thinking, I was like, man, I wonder if I can give this feeling for other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that's a cool thing. Like, feeling is usually what gives you more drive.
Yeah.
Right. Like, because you feel a type of way when you watch a memory back, and then like, if I know for me, when I watch certain things back and I'm like, oh, I remember that, but there are also other things that I remember, that wasn't filmed.
Yeah.
But it's only because I'm watching that's what makes me remember the rest. So that's awesome, bro. So you're shooting with that GH3? Did you say?
I think it was the GH. I can't remember exactly, but it was one of the earlier GH models.
Yeah.
And it had only whichever one shot 720.
Yeah.
And the only lens we had was the kit lens, and then this it wasn't a 70 to 200, but it was like a super long focal length like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had like this really crappy wide view or this super zoomed in view.
Bro, but you got to play with it.
Yeah.
And then you got to experience and understand this is how it kind of works. Hey, how long did you shoot with that camera for, bro?
It was like, I don't know, a year or two.
Oh, yeah.
And then once I started learning how to edit, and then I was watching what other people were using.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone has Sony. I should get a Sony camera.
Ah, yeah.
And then my first camera was what was it? It was a A5000 series. So not even the A6000.
Yeah.
It was like a A5300. And this is it's like a point and shoot camera. You can't change the lens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's an old camera.
Yeah.
But then I realized, because I think I bought that one off Marketplace for like $50. So I was like, cheap camera. But then I shot one video with it. I was like, I see the limitations.
See, but your eye is already starting to get trained as well, right?
Yeah. And then, after that is when I picked up the A6300.
Yeah.
And then that was my first actual camera.
Proper,
I still use it as my B cam to this day.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can make it work on a budget.
See? Far out. That's cool, man. So you've already gone through a couple of cameras already now.
Yeah.
Hey, is this still within the first year of you shooting?
This was probably first 2 years.
Oh, first 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you were when you started to shoot weddings, which camera did you have at that time?
So when I started to shoot weddings, I was still working at Urban Way, and I was close with their social media manager, and they were using the A7 III. So I was like, hey, let me borrow the A7 III, and you should let me borrow it. And then probably my first 3-4 weddings was shot with that.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then once I had that, I was like, okay, I see the difference.
Yeah. Wow, that's it there, what you just said, when you go to a full frame, because what are the others? Were they APS-C?
Yeah, they're all APS-C.
Yeah. Once you go to a full frame,
it's different.
Massive difference, bro. Massive difference. Dang, that's a mean starting block for you, bro. For how? So you never shot on your phone or anything? You just kind of went straight to cameras, or
there was
or GoPro?
No, I shot half. So we went to, when was this? 2019, I think. We went to Thailand for my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
But then, I think the camera broke halfway through the trip. So then I started shooting with the rest of that on my phone.
Yeah.
But then going from a camera to a phone, I was like, all right, I need to go back to a camera.
Yeah.
And then, because I was working in high school, that's where all my money went.
Yeah. What phone was that, bro?
It was the iPhone 6 or something.
iPhone 6. Oh, yeah.
It's just whatever was out at that time.
And at the time too, that's all you had to, right? You had to go there.
But even then, I was that's also when I started thinking because because like quality wise, that was probably my worst video I made of that trip.
Yeah.
But then like the edit, pacing, story wise, that was probably like the best video I ever made at that time.
Yeah.
And I started realizing, I was like, man, the actual visual quality is not everything. Like if you have a crap story, it's going to be a crap video.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started getting more into like that side of like the pre-production, planning, the actual story.
Bro, you're like just from that little experience that you're sharing, bro, you're kind of like always looking every time you did a shoot or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like always progressing, bro. Because you understand like what you're losing, but then you also understand what you're gaining.
Yeah.
Like you're losing quality, but your storyline.
Yeah, because it forced me to make the edit better.
Bro, that's key. See, that's key right there. That you said like, when you're in a situation, bro, and you're forced.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool, bro. That's a mad breakdown.
Yeah.
And then the A7 III, you did a couple of weddings.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah, so I did a couple of weddings with that, and then I think like the A7S III just came out.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Bro, that was like a $6,000 camera or something when it came out.
Bro.
So I hired it for a few weddings.
Oh, yo.
I was like, right, this is the camera I'm going to buy next. But then when I had the money to like invest in a camera, the FX30 just came out.
Yo.
And I was like, I already have heaps of APS-C glass. And
Makes
then,
sense.
Yeah, it just makes sense. And
Makes
then,
sense.
bro, I bought it and I love it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool, man. I like, because a lot of the stuff you're saying, bro, it just takes me back to when I first started. Like, I had the same mentality where I was just like, okay, I need this one.
Yeah.
I need this one, you know? But it's just trying to, like, how did you find that phase, bro? Every time you're thinking, like, you need this, or you need that, whatever it is, that phase there, because you're always, like, looking to add on to what you already have or upgrade, whatever it is. What was your funds looking like, bro?
Like nothing.
Yeah,
because
no, that's so true, bro. That's so true.
Like even when I do a shoot, I'm still in the negative. And like I just got paid from the shoot. I'm like, I still have no money. But nah, bro, like the one thing I never shy away from, my older siblings always been super supportive of me. So when our camera overseas did break, they all like came together and helped me buy the A6300.
Hey.
I was like, hey, you guys like sort of started my career.
Oh man.
And I'm always thankful to them, and yeah, they're like not even just mentally, like financially, they're a big reason I'm able to do this.
Man, that's real ones.
Yeah.
Those are real ones.
And yeah, bro, just for some context, like all my older siblings, they're all qualified tradies or work government jobs. So I was like, I know it's different when I want to go take videos.
Yeah. And we were talking about that just briefly before. Hey, about like how blessed a family is to have at least one creative in there. Hey, but your one is beautiful because they all came together at a time that you kind of needed help, right? And they bought it all that for you. Far out. But when you were like, bro, let's just go back to the weddings again. Eh? So when you were shooting those weddings, were you charging, bro? Or?
So yeah, the first wedding I shot was my brother's wedding, but then I obviously it was my brother. I shot it for free.
Yeah.
But then I used that to show other people. Be like, hey, this is what I can do. And then it wasn't even like 6 months after his wedding I landed my first like actual wedding. And how much did I charge? It was like 700.
Mean.
Yeah. Bro,
bro,
like,
that's mean.
Yeah.
Because my first wedding I charged 300.
What the heck?
I had no idea, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's good, man.
Yeah. Bro, 300 is crazy. Yeah.
Bro, I honestly, I had no idea. And my one was like my sister's friend. I'm pretty sure it was free, man. It was really low, but it was my first wedding.
Yeah.
I was nervous as, bro.
Yeah.
I was even nervous to tell them 300.
Right,
I was that nervous. Like, my heart was pumping. And I was like, bro, I've never done one. And what if I say 300 and they go, oh, no.
Yeah, that's
like,
too much. Yeah.
So I just but in the back of my mind was exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
I needed that wedding.
Yeah.
Because I needed to like create something so that I could push out and then show other people, oh, this is how I make my videos. Yeah, like that was cool that you used your brother's one for that as well. And so like from that that attracted you another one.
Yeah.
And then
And then
you just start rolling.
and then
eh?
actually my second wedding was like the bride's like cousin or something.
Yeah.
And then like the word of mouth thing was really strong and just
Yeah,
kept
bro.
getting around.
What year is this?
So my first wedding I shot, I think it was 2020. It was like late 2020 or early
Oh, yep.
2021. I can't remember, but it was in like that last quarter, first quarter period.
Yeah. Was COVID still strong?
It was,
at that time?
yes, there was restrictions at the wedding. It was so weird
Oh.
because they could only let in a certain amount of people.
Yeah, yeah.
And like the couple, there was like Samoa and Māori couple, which both have massive families.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obviously they broke the regulations.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
I'm just putting this on blast now because, you know, that was,
Yeah,
that was like 5 years ago.
That's gone, man.
But yeah, it was then, I was just like, should I film this? Should I like not show it? Like, what if they show the public?
That's true, eh? Because you got to think about that, eh? Like,
But then the couple was like, nah, just shoot it like normal. I was like, all right.
oh, shucks.
But then, yeah, it was
Damn.
2020 or 2021, I shot my first wedding.
Man, that's pretty good, bro. Because I was like probably, I think for me, 18, 19. Yeah, around like my third year into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you kind of like, but like you're like starting before that, obviously.
Yeah.
This is just when you're properly
Yeah.
starting to run it, right? Dang. So if we were to like accumulate like or add up all the weddings that you've done so
Yeah.
far, roughly what's the figure off the top of your head?
Like how many weddings I've
Yeah,
shot?
how many weddings of...
It's not heaps,
out?
but it's like maybe like somewhere between 20 and 30
That's good, bro.
over like the last like 3-4 years.
That's good, bro.
Yeah.
That's good. If you break it down, that's roughly around like 10, 11.
Yeah, that's how much I was doing
about
that.
what
Yeah,
I mean?
it was, yeah.
Yeah. So that's awesome, man. Far out. Now that because we're on 2024.
Yeah.
Bro, when you look back, man, you've had a lot of growth.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
crazy.
You've had a lot of growth, man. So when you were shooting your weddings back then, bro, what were you using? Like just one camera or two cameras?
Nah,
or?
so for my very first wedding, I can't remember what wedding, but it was a Mike Miko wedding I saw. And I was like, all right, I full on like broke each scene down when I was preparing for my first one.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, hey, he has like 2 angles of the same exact moment. I was like, how is he doing that?
Oh,
and
yeah,
then it
yeah.
clicked. I was like, this guy has multiple cameras.
Yeah.
And then, that's when I asked my mate, I was like, can I borrow your camera, please? And then, I realized I was just doing more research by watching other people's weddings.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they usually have like the main camera here. Then I can tell that one's on a tripod, like just off of the side.
Yeah.
And then, that's when I realized, it's like, people have more than one camera.
Ah, that's good, bro. So you borrowed your mate's camera,
Yeah.
did you say?
Yeah.
And then how long was it until did you end up buying a second camera a little bit later down? Or
Yeah,
did
but
you,
it was probably like 2-3 years later.
yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, because I was
man.
close with him, so it was like, just take it when you need.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just showed him my feed and yep.
Shout out to that guy's mate, man, whoever you are.
And shout out to Sean, yeah.
Sean. Holy man, that's awesome, bro. So you did that. You did a shot with the 2 cameras. What were some other things you learned, bro? Like in the wedding game. We're just gonna sit on the wedding game for a little while because I find like this is it's good hearing it from you. Yeah. Like, cause that's growth, bro. You going from one camera, then all of a sudden you're watching other people's videos, and then you're like, how did you get that? And that's how it is, like for all of us. I've been through that stage as well. Yeah. Where I watch certain videos and I'm like, hey, how did that guy do that? Or how did he do that? And it's all like a study as well, you know? Before we step into more of the stuff about the weddings, was there ever a time, bro, when you were going through like the wedding phase and shooting, was there ever a time that you kind of reached out to other creators and like asked them questions about how they shot certain things or how they did certain things? Or did you just figure it out on your own?
Bro, it's funny because like when I'd watch wedding videos, I really didn't like how wedding videos looked.
Oh, yeah.
So like I was reaching out. I think the only wedding videographer I reached out to was Mike Mika.
Yeah.
And bro, he was like always replying and like happy to answer my questions.
That's the king right there, bro.
Yeah, that guy is next level. But I was reaching out to a lot of like creators in other fields.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want my wedding video to look like not a normal wedding video. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I was like, I wanted it to have, obviously weddings pretty much structured the same, but I was like, I wonder if I can make it centered around the couple even more,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
just around the people they love.
Yeah.
So I was just talking to people in other fields about not even wedding stuff, just like what did your planning look like for that? Like why did you choose what music?
Yeah.
It's like how did you do these certain transitions?
Oh, okay.
And then,
Yeah. Those were your questions?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But a lot of it I learned just while shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that's the key, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, because you can ask all these questions, bro. You
yeah,
can get answers. But to be honest, bro, when you're in the moment, you can
yeah,
you can forget them, bro.
yeah. That is,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, you can really forget them because a couple of things, bro. Pressure's on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe there's a moment that's happening and you're just like, it's really hard to try and wind your mind back to the answer.
Especially when it's like, you're standing there for the 8th hour. You've had your gimbal all day. Your arms are tired.
Yeah.
That's like you're not thinking about what you were reading last night. Yeah.
That's true, bro. That's true. What's some of the positives, bro, that you've like taken or you've learned so far from doing weddings?
From doing weddings.
Yeah, bro. What's
Or
some
like,
of the positives?
I think the biggest positive that especially this year I've really been trying to act on is like how important it is to spend quality time with your family.
Yeah, bro.
Because there's been a few weddings I've shot, and then 2 weeks later I see a post from that same person. They're just saying like someone in their family passed, and they're like that's the last moment they got with them.
Bro.
And then I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And then it made me think like, you always hear people saying like the only time a family comes together is reunions, weddings, or
Yeah.
funerals.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's kind of true.
Bro. That's really nice that you brought that up because I've had that situation as well.
Yeah.
Especially with the oldies.
Yeah.
Like, when they have a nana or grandpa. I had one couple that had that as well. And then I think, not long, the nana passed away. Bro, I don't know if you've done it, bro, but I've sent all my footage that I have of that person
Yeah, I've done
to
that.
them. Yeah, bro. Just like, I don't know, it feels like you kind of ease a little bit of the pain, if that makes sense, And I did one where the mother passed away too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did the same thing. Did you, like, just for you, bro, did you do that when you compile all those footage and you send it off? Did you do it because they requested it, or were you just doing it?
No, I just messaged them like, obviously like saying condolences and stuff. And I was like, hey, I only used maybe like not even 30 seconds of their speech. I'm like, here's the entire speech.
Yo.
Yeah. Because it feels like it just doesn't feel right that you'll just have this in your hard drive that you're never going to touch again.
Makes sense, bro. Yeah. That's good, bro. And from that experience, how did you feel?
It was weird because that was the only time I met them, but still, I was like, wow, like you get the feeling that someone just passed.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I need to spend some better time with my family.
Yeah. Bro, that's a massive realization, right?
Especially for islanders, like most people have feasts for every event under the sun. But I was like, when you're at these big events with your whole family, it's like, if you take it, like if you think about it, like, are you really actually talking to them, or is it just small talk because you just have to be there for this person's birthday or this person's baby shower?
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, a lot of it is just how's work been, how's the kids.
Yeah. Dang, that's a good perspective you touched on there, bro. Yeah, and I think like it kind of, I think, makes, well, I know for me, and I'm pretty sure you're the same, when situations or when things like that happen, it kind of makes you feel good that you were the one that captured that. You know what I mean?
It does,
Like, you don't know, bro. You don't know, like, why we were there to we do know we're there to film the wedding, but you don't know who else, what else is going on, right? That you got through your lens.
Yeah.
That, like, at some point later down might come back,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool, bro. So from there, did it give you a bit of a boost?
Yeah, it did. Like, obviously, it's weird trying to break that ice with your family.
Yeah.
But I was like that could be them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I had that mentality. And now we're like the closest we've ever been, me and my siblings.
That's cool, bro. While we're on this topic with your family and that stuff, because you've been doing, so You've been doing this for a while, bro. Would you say about 4? Coming up on 4 years?
Yeah.
Pretty
Like,
much,
yeah.
Has your siblings, have you inspired any of them to try and give it a go,
Yeah.
bro?
So I got all of my siblings. They're the type to never be in front of camera, but one of them, my oldest brother, we're all hard out into cars and drifting. He recently started his own Instagram, the Samoan Drifter. He's the Samoan that drifts. It's that simple. But because it's such a niche topic, he's been getting really good traction on it. But I think what's been hitting him the most is not seeing the numbers, it's seeing the messages. Like, hey, I never knew islanders can do other things.
Yeah.
It's like not even about drifting. It's like, I didn't know we could like pursue our passions or like have hobbies. And I think that's been cool for him.
That's cool, man. And then now he's like,
Yeah, he's like consistently
content.
making content. And then my oldest sister and her husband, my whole family, we love to travel, but they're like next level love to travel.
Yeah.
And they started a YouTube channel last year, and it's been doing pretty good, eh?
That's
They have
cool.
a few videos out. Like, I think their biggest one has like 50,000 views.
Yo.
They got like heaps over 10,000 views. And their polys abroad, which is Polynesians abroad.
Far out.
And
That's
they've
cool,
been
man.
they've been doing that too.
Did they come up with these ideas when you were kind of like already, when they started to see what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm not trying to boast, but I know I definitely inspired them a
Take it,
bit.
bro, take it.
I know I definitely inspired them a bit, but at the same time, I knew that's something they always wanted to do.
Yeah.
They just needed to see someone to be able to take that leap themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. And bro, that's funny
Yeah.
because you know that pattern, bro, it's quite common. Like with everyone, right? Like it just takes one
Yeah.
to all of a sudden get the others like, get their wheels turning, eh? But that's so good that you were able to do that for your family, man. So we're just gonna bring it back to the filming now. So from the weddings, did you say you filmed like music? You did music videos.
I did a few
what
music
else
videos.
did you do?
Music videos and just small like fashion shoots here and there, different
Fashion
companies,
shoots.
campaigns.
Yeah. What are the fashion ones like? Who'd you shoot for those?
So it
ones?
was a lot of it was pretty much for urban wear, and then a lot of like the individual brands they sell.
Oh, okay.
Would just like the brand themselves would see my video I did for urban wear.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, do you want to do a quick video for us?
Yeah. Do you find that was the trick, bro? Was for you to do urban wear to expose
Yeah, that was
that
it.
stuff, eh?
Yeah.
And then you get work from those
Yeah.
other labels to come to you.
Yeah, because when we're shooting like a urban wear commercial, you got to showcase all the brands.
Yeah.
But then I'd sometimes I'd just crop out when it's just the one brand and be like, hey, I shot this video for urban wear. What if like we could work together?
Oh, so you were doing it like that?
Yeah.
You're sending it out to the
Yeah.
brands.
And then they'd be like,
nice.
oh yeah, this is cool. Maybe we could do something. And then just went from there.
Bro, that's a good tip, bro.
Yeah.
That's a really good tip. It's very similar to what I see with my wife, like what I was doing with her. It's like, I understood that when you push out a video for a brand follow brands. Like it makes sense, bro, So we just go handies on that clip, make it a gun clip, and then it'll just follow suit from there. Hey, very similar to your one. How did you find shooting that stuff?
It was, well, to be honest, it was fun, but it was a bit stressful because a lot of brands have like super tight deadlines. They want a certain look. They want certain music. So it sort of took out like the creative freedom part.
Oh, really?
So I was like, like I was getting decent amount of work from it, but they all pretty much wanted the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like the same like hype video, same like trendy transitions.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's getting a bit stale for me.
Were you finding that because the deadlines were quite tight, was it adding a bit more pressure?
Yeah, because they wanted like sometimes they'd want like a day turnaround. I was like, so the day turnaround is crazy.
Yeah. And what would they give you an estimate of how long the clip they wanted?
They'd say like, oh, can you create like a 30-second like Instagram video to show off our latest like tracksuit? Can we have like this style of music in like can you have it to us in 2 days time?
True.
Okay. But then their budget's like $200.
I was gonna Dang, I was gonna get to that point and
Yeah.
ask you, like, was it worth it or?
It was like, it was worth it because I was doing so many. But then when I think about it, I'm like, I was making like $5 an hour.
Oh man, yeah. When you break it down,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Far out. So if you were to put that against weddings, bro, like, because weddings are a bit
Yeah.
of a pressure as well. Bit similar or different?
Like I'd say the stress level is
stress,
pretty
bro.
similar, but it's different stresses.
Yeah.
Because with weddings, it's like you're more stressing about the couple. Like you don't want to miss moments.
Yeah,
You don't want your mic to cut out randomly.
Yeah.
But then with like the fashion stuff, you're more stressing. It's pretty much the deadline and budget that's making you stress, eh?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I need to do this fast, but I don't want to lose quality because I'm having to do it a bit quicker. And then that stress is more like, I just don't want my videos to look bad.
Yeah. Bro, so with weddings, did you have times where you missed out the audio, bro?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I had one wedding. I had who was it? I think it was the best man. I had him mic'd up with a lav,
Yeah.
but the mic wasn't plugged all the way into my camera.
So the one that was plugged onto his thing was all good?
It was all good.
Just you?
And then on my DJI, on the screen, I could see the levels coming in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yep, all good. But then in the edit, I was watching, I was like, hey, why is there no audio? But then I realized, I was like, oh, it wasn't plugged in all the way. So it's not even that the audio was bad. There was no audio.
What did you do, bro?
Luckily, I always record a backup.
Yeah.
So I had the Zoom H5 plugged into the actual mixer.
Oh,
It was like, it was a bad quality, but it's better than nothing.
Something. Yeah. Man, we've been through all that, man. Yeah. And I think for myself, I've had that more than once. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than once. The good side to it, though, from my perspective, is like you learn, right?
Yeah.
But then you can also become creative, bro.
Yeah.
There's always ways to flip it around and like you know, make it still look beautiful, bro.
But that's definitely like top 5 most stressful moments of my life.
Well, did you ever have a time too, bro, when you're filming on your wedding? Because I've had this happen to me, but I just want to see if it's happened to you, where you forget to push record.
Right, like, thankfully not. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh,
right, tell us your story about how that happened. Yeah.
Bro, I'm just trying to remember, but I think it was a while back. So you know how he's talking about how you have 2 cameras?
Yeah.
So I always set one on the side, and that one will face the groom.
Yeah.
That's the one that I did hit record.
Yeah.
But I think when I was moving around, bro, I was moving around that quick that I thought to myself, oh, I forgot to push record. So I
went back and pressed it.
back, bro, and but I stopped it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, not thinking, and it was quick too. I
yeah.
Just, boom, I went back and then I was like, oh yeah, because then in my mind I thought it's recording.
Yeah.
But little did I know, I actually stopped it. Bro, look at the cameras we have now. Now you got that red box that comes around.
Bright red.
Bro, now you know. I wish they had that back then, but
bro, now that you say that, there was this one time, because my B cam's the A6300, they have a 30-minute recording limit.
Oh yeah.
And it was the ceremony was like, it's like a 2-hour ceremony. But then I completely forgot about it. I pressed it once. I was like, sweet, you're good for the whole ceremony.
Yeah.
And then I only had the first 30 minutes.
Damn.
So I was like, oh shucks, what do I do?
Yeah. Was there a way to like break that? Like,
no, you literally just press record. Once the 30-minute ends, it stops recording automatically, and you just go back and press record again.
Oh, right.
But I just never did that.
Oh, at that time, anyways, eh?
Just for that one.
Dang. I know do you know the Sony A6500?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my first camera, and that happened as well. It had a limit.
Yeah.
But bro, I think I watched like YouTube. I watched YouTube and it showed me on there how to
like bypass it.
Yeah, bro. I had to do something.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I had to do something, and then I was all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So like, but that's way back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did the same thing. Where I didn't know that there was a 30-minute cap, and then I came home, and I watched it back, and I realized it cut off, and I was like, crap. Anyways, bro, I did it, but this time I set it up at home, and I did it. I just let it record.
Just play,
Yeah, and then that's when I picked up that it shut down, and then I went and YouTubed it, and I was like, oh, there's a way to hack it. Boom.
Oh, true, yeah.
Done, yeah, bro. But I don't know about, like, you still have that camera?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Because
there's a
I've
version.
tried looking, I can't find anything.
Yeah, I know for the 65 it was,
Yeah.
bro. But I don't know about the, what's
Yeah,
it, 63?
6300.
63. What does that shoot, bro? 4K?
Yeah, it shoots 4K.
Yeah?
4K at 25.
25. Bro, that's me.
That's
That's
all
all
you
you
need.
need.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you
Just
need.
get your exposure right in the camera and you're sweet.
Oh, man. I can't believe you still got that camera till now. That's
Yeah.
good, bro.
It's a beast of a little camera.
That's your trophy,
Yeah.
right? So you have that and your
FX30.
FX30.
Yeah.
When did you get that?
It's just last year. August last year.
Yeah. You love it?
I love it. Yeah.
I love it, eh? That's good, bro. You're right though. When that camera came out, because it's stuck along the APS-C line,
Yeah.
like it makes sense for you
Yeah.
because you've invested in all these lenses already.
Yeah, I had like a few grand worth in lenses. I was like, and then I was looking at the full frame lenses, like the 24 to 70, which was like $3,000.
Hard.
I was like, I gotta sell all my lenses to buy one lens.
Hard. Yeah. Hard. I went through the same step. I was
Yeah.
on like APS-C for, I think 2.5 years. And so I got the A7C.
Yeah.
And that was my first full
Yeah.
frame way back then. And then, yeah, I got the 24 to 70. And then from there, I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Like for me anyways, I was just like, oh, I love full frame.
Yeah.
And then I just
No, but
went
I am
full frame
gonna be
everything.
upgrading soon.
Yeah,
Like very soon, because now that my projects are like bigger budgets,
yeah.
it's like sometimes I need S-Log3 in both cameras.
Oh, yeah. Wow, but that's still a gun camera.
But yeah, I don't think I'll ever sell it.
Yeah. Wow, that's a gun camera. Bro, so you've done quite a bit, man.
Yeah.
You've done quite a bit. So you've done that, you've done a bit of fashion, come to music clips. The music clips that you did, bro, were they just for locals or friends or?
Just local artists. Because I was producing music, I already had like a few connections here and there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just all local artists.
Do you still produce music today?
I do, but
Beats?
I don't release it anymore.
Oh, true.
It's more of just a hobby.
Yeah.
'Cause I just like playing music.
But then, mind you, bro, you could bring that into actual
Yeah.
filming and do your own,
No,
like add on your
so-
own extra stuff.
So one of the I think one of the things my clients like the most about my weddings, I'd like fully mix the music for them.
Yeah, bro.
I'd be like, hey, what song do you want? They'd send me a song, and then I'd like cut the music out, put a more instrumental, like orchestra type of beat behind it.
Yeah.
And then just blend it in with the video better.
See, man,
Yeah.
like that skill set's
Yeah.
still there for you. Hey, like so, what with what you're saying, like, do you download two different things, like the instrumental and the acapella, or do you just have a software that strips the whole
I have
thing?
a software that can strip them
Oh,
together and
yeah,
then
yeah,
like
yeah.
strip the individual instruments.
Yeah, so you can bring in the acapella whenever
Yeah.
you want, right?
But most of the times I just strip out the acapella, and then I'd either like find like just a bass orchestra,
Yeah.
like just simple strings, and then I'd like put my own keys over it, put my own drums over it,
Yeah,
and then just like mold it better to the video.
bro, that's mean, man. Holy,
Yeah.
it's really nice. Well, for me to hear it, but I'm pretty sure it's good for you too, bro. You understand, like, that what you had back then, your original,
Yeah.
like, you know, where your creativity pretty much started, like, you've still got it, and then it still comes in clutch,
Yeah.
like
today.
today,
All the time. Yeah.
you know, for you. Wow, that's cool, man. What do you call it? You've done those three. What else have you done, bro, besides those three things that we've mentioned?
So, bro, I'm pretty much out of those three markets now.
Oh, yeah.
For the last like just under a year, like 10-ish months,
Yeah,
I've been doing a lot of like social media content,
yeah.
like shooting for influencers, for companies who use social media as their main funnel,
Yeah.
and like strategizing with them to grow their accounts. And that's, I think it's also been like the one I've enjoyed the most.
Yeah. We talked about that briefly, before we started, bro. Can you give us a breakdown of like, you know how you're talking about the analytics?
Yeah.
Like, how do you look at that and assess it, bro? Like, for yourself.
It's hard because I do have people message me and they're like, hey, can you look at my videos
Yeah.
and like let me know what you think?
You would, bro. Yeah.
I do, but a lot, probably like 95% of the time, people don't post enough. It's like you don't have enough videos for me to break down, because you can be posting like once a week for a whole year. That's 52 videos, which sounds a lot, but when it's 52 10-second Instagram videos. Like, that's not actually that much time. It's like, I need more content. So a lot of the time I tell them,
yeah.
just make more videos.
Yeah.
But then, once you have more videos, then you can start looking at like your frick, I forgot what the analytics called. It left my head. But there's one where it shows you how many people clicked on your video. Like, they see it, and then how many actually clicked on it.
Yeah.
It'll give you that percentage. They'll tell you just basic stuff. Was your title good? Was your thumbnail good? And then I think after that, your biggest one you want to look out for is your retention. Like, how long are they actually watching it?
For. Yeah.
Because a lot of times, people's like first 5 seconds of the video, they have like an 80% retention, but then it drops down to like 5%.
Yeah. Right. Is that why you reckon like why people go for the short stuff?
That's why people like that 10 to 20 minute mark video, like for long form YouTube, because it's just, you want to be able to hold the viewer's retention for the longest. And for YouTube specifically, they reward that. Like, if your channel's monetized, the longer you can keep more people, retained, like keep their retention, it will boost your CPM.
Yeah. And that's where the money comes from.
That's where the money
comes from.
Because if you have 1 million people who watched only the first 2 seconds of your video, and then say only 100,000 watched for the rest of your video, that's like, I don't know what that average is, but it can't be more than 200,000.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got 1 million views, but you're not making much.
Yeah, that's a good breakdown, bro. Because, like, say for example, when you see a YouTube clip, right?
Yeah.
And let's just say that clip goes for an hour.
Yeah.
Just as an example, and then like 200 views.
Yeah.
Like, from a general perspective, they'll be like, "Oh, that's 200 hours of watch time right there."
But it's just not.
But it's not, bro. Yeah. Like, because even for me, I just started like looking at my analytics, and I was like, "Hey." Like, surely it was supposed to be high there, but it's not, because of what you just said. The retention, bro, is when they drop off, right? And like, I'm just starting to understand the graph, like all of that stuff, because that's like a whole lane on its own.
That's like, honestly, like, I do more work behind the scenes now than I do actually shooting. A lot of it is reading graphs, strategizing, planning content.
So you're assessing all of that, and then you'll plan your shoot around that.
We'll make our content around that.
Yeah, that's smart,
but
bro.
When you're like starting a YouTube channel, like, I'm pretty sure you're going through this now. Because if you don't know, you need 1,000 subscribers and is it 4,000 watch hours to get monetized?
Yeah, like 400, I think.
400. It's something like
that. That's still long, bro.
Like think about it. That's 400 people watching this entire podcast, like start to finish. So that's especially in the early days. That's what I always tell people, like, pump out as much content as you can, like you can possibly do, but you don't want to be making content for the sake of being consistent. You need to be understanding why that one did well, why that one did crap, why that one was like, and then when you make new content, you have to be building on that. You can't just be making content to make content. Like, you won't go anywhere.
Yeah, true. That's a good insight, bro. What got you, like, going down that path?
So this was...
you know what I mean? What got you interested in that?
This is another thing that stems from way back. So before I even picked up the camera, I always wanted to be a YouTuber as a kid. But then the thought of, like, there's no Islander YouTubers, and just like being in front of a camera was so weird to me. So that's why I started shooting for other people first. It was until literally like April last year, I made my very first YouTube video after being in the game for like 4 or 5 years. And then once I stepped in front of the camera, it's like my work doubled, because then instead of people booking me for my work, they were booking me for me. 100%. And then Tosanga from the Bender Brothers, he started his channel Polywide, and he wanted me to jump on as like his behind the scenes like editor, filmer. And then it was from that I fell in love with the behind the scenes stuff. And then just people seeing I was doing work for him, they're like, "Oh, what do you actually do?" Like, "Oh, that's what I need. Can you help me with that?" And then that's how I landed my job now. And then now I pretty much work in that space more.
That's cool, bro. That's cool. You're the first that I've actually talked with that has a breakdown or like of the analytics.
Yeah,
And look at that
yeah.
side. Yeah. I've like I said, like I've just started catching on to it myself. But like it's cool because I've heard about it from people where they're like, "Oh, use your analytics, bro, because that's gonna help you kind of like assess and rethink of how to keep people on."
Yeah.
But I've just started looking, so I'm learning.
It's
on
a
the
different
go
game.
I'm learning on the go as well, and it's cool because I feel like it's still gonna help you grow.
Yeah.
Because then now you can take that skill set and the things that you learn from that, and you can pretty much build up businesses,
Yeah.
bro. You know what I mean? Not even that, bro. Brands, like personal brands, like cause of that there.
Yeah, because everyone always talks about read your analytics, but how many people actually know how to read their analytics and like take the information they need from
improve,
it?
Yeah.
Because
That's cool, bro.
Yeah, it is, right. If you're, especially for long form content, if you want to make it like you got to live by it. But then at the same time, you don't want your analytics to take over the core of your channel. Like we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Say you do one podcast where, I don't know, you do an adventure, like you do a podcast at a cafe or something. That one could pop off, and then a lot of people would be like, all right, now I'm going to do all my podcasts in a cafe. And then it strays away from the filmmaking stuff you want to make content about. But then it's like, analytics is important, but then you also need to build your audience.
Yeah.
Because audience and analytics, they go hand to hand, but then they also contradict each other a lot of the times.
Okay. So there's a bit of a balance.
Yeah, you need balance, because it's like if you have one video that goes viral, like just something crazy, 10 million views overnight, say you gain like 50,000 subscribers from that video, they're only watching you because they like that specific video. They don't necessarily like who you are as a person.
Yeah.
They just want to see that one video. So when you go back to making content for yourself, it doesn't perform well. You're like, oh, why isn't this performing well like the other video did?
That's true.
But then that's where building your personal brand comes in.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to be in it for the long run, at least, you need, it sounds weird, you need people to like you for you.
Yeah.
For you is like, that's the important part.
True. And we were just, it's funny because we were just touching on that just before, about like how important it is to be yourself, because then you can never run out of like content, right? Like when you're authentic, your authentic self, bro, it just flows.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Like it's easier to make content, but also like if people don't like you, if people don't like your content, you're like, oh, we're just not the right fit for each other. Whereas if you're making content to get views, if people don't like you, it'll hit you a bit harder. But like when you're your authentic self, it's like what can you beat after that?
Yeah. And man, I find bro, this is cool. We're gonna sit on this for a little bit.
Sorry, I could talk about this topic for hours.
But this is awesome, bro. We'll sit on this for a little bit, because would you say like, and this is just an example, bro, pure example, right? People who kind of jump onto the social media scene, right, to do what they normally you know what I mean? Like they just go in there because there's maybe just a trend popping off. It's like, oh yeah, let's jump on this, bro. Let's do this. But then when they try to transition to their authentic self, it's very hard. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's very, very hard. And then that's when the mind starts to play on you. You know what I mean?
And then like you start, like self-esteem comes in.
Yeah.
And but it's because of that same reason. They only got popular off a trend.
Yeah. See, so that transition is hard, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, whereas if you just go in as yourself, and what you're saying before, like stick to your core values, because you don't want to stray away from that. Like you can maybe like touch on a few other things, but always bring it back there, And it's like what you said, like finding that balance. And finding that balance is like you got to be consistent. Would you say?
Yeah, you have to be
to keep it.
Because like to find your balance, you need to understand what both sides of the plank are.
Yeah.
Like you can't stand in the middle if you don't know what it's like to be on either side. So, but the only way you can know that is by making a lot of content and being consistent.
Damn.
So like that's really what people mean when they say be consistent. It's not just post a video every day, you'll get famous. It's by posting videos every day, you understand what you like to make. You understand the flaws in your system. Like you understand planning better. You understand what people like from you.
Yeah.
And then you can take all those to make better content. But again, that only comes in by doing the reps.
Yeah. Shucks, that's gold,
Yeah.
bro. That's a massive gold, bro. That's a mean drop. Would you say as well, like, and I think I'm just pulling this back to the individual themselves,
Yeah.
right? When you're doing stuff like this, especially if you're trying to find that balance, because we're all humans, you know what I mean? Like we have good sides to us, we also have bad sides to us, yeah? Or let's just say strengths and weaknesses, right? You gotta accept both, eh?
You have to.
You have to accept
You
both.
have to.
You know what I mean? Because when you just want to put out all your strengths, but then hide your weaknesses, but then when you do want to bring out your weaknesses, it will be like hard.
It hits way harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you especially like in the content game, like it's not an easy thing putting yourself online for the entire world to see and congratulate you, but also to judge you. Like people need to understand there's both sides to it. But then that's where by being your most authentic self and like not even just being your authentic self, it's like you really gotta look at yourself in the mirror and be like, all right, I'm what's the word?
You gotta accept it.
Yeah, I'm confident enough in all of myself to put me out.
Yeah.
And once you get past that point, that's where people's content usually takes off.
Yeah, big time. Because you'll realize and you'll find as well, even when you show your weak sides, bro, it's so relatable. Yeah. You know, because it's human to human.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? Dang, you're very, I feel like that's your niche right there, bro.
That's I've always hated the word niche.
Oh, yeah? But what do you prefer, bro?
No, not the actual word. It's just like, ever since I got into filming, I've wanted to film everything. Yeah. But then you listen to these mentors, pick your niche.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to pick a niche, I want to do everything. But then it's only in the last year I've realized your personal brand can be your niche.
Yeah.
And then I've just been building off that and then helping other people build off their niche personal brand.
Yeah. Bro, that's a skill set, bro. You've got a really good skill set there. It's cool because a lot of the people I bring on, bro, like you can kind of find it when you're having conversation with people. You can kind of find where they're like so like the thing that they're excited about. Yeah, bro.
And I'm so passionate about this
and
stuff,
we hit
man.
it, bro. We just hit it now. I was like, oh man, this guy, that's awesome, man. So we'll pull it back. Oh, we'll go to some people now that you've been involved with shooting. So the guy from Bender Brothers. What's the name? Tosanga. How did you cross paths with him?
Through Poly Platinum.
Oh,
so
really?
him and J5, they used to run the Poly Platinum page, and then when they first launched Poly Platinum, they had like a Become Your Partner thing.
Yeah.
And like they did videos on all the partners.
Yeah,
they came to Browns Plains, and that was my first time meeting them too.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. You were in front of the plaza.
Plaza, yeah.
Oh, bro. Now that you said it, I remember that.
Yeah, but that was our first time ever meeting. I don't even think we ever talked online.
Hey.
But like before that, I think we just like got a quick feed to try break the ice.
Yeah.
But then that's when we realized the three of us were really similar.
Yeah.
And then Bender Brothers they were still doing Bender Brothers at the time.
Yeah.
They wanted me to jump on, but like I got really sick and stuff, so stuff kept falling through.
Oh,
and then stuff was happening with them. And then it was like 6 months later, he just called me out of nowhere. Like, hey, I'm starting a channel. Do you want to be my editor? Yep.
Oh, mean, all from that one.
Yeah, just from that one
connection.
Like 20-minute convo we had.
Yeah, that's cool, bro. And you'll understand, bro. That's kind of like what you need, right? You just need like one.
You just need one.
One, bro. Yeah. Once you connect with one, it's like you've formed a relationship that at some point in your life, bro, it might come back again.
Yeah.
You know, but that came quite quick.
It was, I remember the end of after we shot that Poly Platinum video.
Yeah.
They was like, do you wanna film our Bender Brothers stuff for us? Because there was like, I forgot what happened, but like their filmer was moving to Sydney or something. And they needed someone to fill the spot.
Yeah.
I was like, keen. But then just time wasn't lining up.
Yeah.
But I never got down about it. I'm not the type of person to get down. I'm like, if it's meant to happen, it'll happen.
Yeah,
You just got to keep putting your best foot forward.
Yeah, that's it, bro. And somehow like
Yeah.
it'll come around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's awesome, bro. And so from there you connected with him, and then pretty much ever since, hey.
Ever since then, bro, it's like my work I'm doing for him is what's landing me all my work now.
Yeah, right.
Because this is also something I'm happy I did. Because I made his very first YouTube video for him. I was tracking the analytics like every month so I can see what the growth is. But now I can use that to show other people.
Oh, yes, bro.
I'm like, it's like, because in my head, like this was before when I was still learning how to read analytics. I thought our YouTube videos were doing well just because of his Instagram following. But then I found there's a page in the YouTube studio where you can see where your traffic was coming from. And all this traffic coming from Instagram was like place 6 or something. And then that's when I started learning. I was like, oh, a lot of people are clicking on it because of our thumbnail, because of our title, because of what the video is about. And then I'd watch the retention. I'd be like, oh, they like it when I start the video like this. Yeah. And then that's when I got in the deep dive and like started learning about it.
Man, that's cool, bro. Yeah, because you're right though. Like, you know, you hear it from people where they say, oh, thumbnail's important, or title, or like whatever it is, but they all like tie in with each other, right? And it was cool because you got to do that, bro. But bro, when you shot with him, man, that's the one you went down to Sydney?
Yes, so I went to Sydney with him.
You met YP?
Yeah, met YP. I was like, bang.
How was that, man?
That was that was my like first time flying somewhere for a shoot.
Oh, true?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, bro, that was a buzzy moment. But then, like, while we were there shooting that day, it also came clear to me that Sanga wasn't doing it for the content. Like, he really wanted to just push polys, like, on the spotlight.
True.
And then, after seeing him, like, not seeing it, but realizing that's what his actual drive is, it, like, made me want to drive to do his videos better. And then, but no, that was a crazy trip.
Dang. How was it to meet YP as well, bro? Like,
it was cool because that's when he just came out saying he left 1-4.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
And you guys covered that first, I'm pretty sure.
We were the first ones to cover it before news, but they said they were first.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Putting that out there.
Bro, come on, man. Come correct, man. What was it, News 9?
Yeah, I think it was Channel 9. Because I remember heaps of my family was sending it to me.
Yeah, you were
like,
the first,
hey,
bro.
didn't you already like cover this? Because they said they were the first.
Yeah.
I was like...
Different scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, I know. It was like...
But still... Bro, they can't take that away from you guys, because I was like watching it too, and I was like, cause bro, like since when did we ever like hear from YP talking about that separation, you know? But it was like, what would you say? Like, was it like the next couple of days or something? Then the news came out. Like it was pretty close, bro.
And I rememremember because when we were shooting with him, YP told us, he was like, oh yeah, the news is gonna be with me next weekend. But he wanted us to cover it first.
Oh, true.
Because he was like, not us, but like he wanted it to come from the people, for the people. Because he already knew the news is gonna try change the angle a bit so they can get more views. Yeah. But then when we were doing it, like the whole editing process, we were on the phone with YP and Franny Loco the whole time. Because we wanted to do their story justice. Like that video probably went through like 10 revisions.
Wow.
Like we'd make one. We'd send it to them. We'd jump on FaceTime with them, and they'd be like,
"Oh, like that, back and forth."
Right, because we wanted, like, our whole thing was, we already knew we could clickbait the video if we wanted to, but we wanted them to tell their story.
Yeah.
So every step along the way of the editing process, I was with Sanga, us two would call them two, and then literally, I remember when the video dropped. It dropped, I forgot what day, but it dropped at like 7 p.m. I remember I finished work. Went to his house. He lives on the Gold Coast, by the way. It was like an hour drive for me to get to him.
Oh, yeah.
Went all the way to his house.
Did he used to be out here?
He used to live here and he recently moved to the GC.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like an hour drive to his house. And then literally, we were on the phone with the two in Sydney for like 3 hours, making all the adjustments.
So live. This is all live, right?
And then we uploaded the video 6:55. I remember watching the timer, 6:55.
Because did you already put it out there saying it's coming,
Yeah, because
dropping at 7?
we already said it was releasing at 7.
Oh, then here you are trying to meet it.
And then, bro, we were stressing hard.
Yeah.
6:55, upload the video. 7 p.m. we went live. I was like, bro, that's the most stressful moment ever.
Bro, but there were numbers waiting though.
Yeah.
Like,
I think live, it hit like almost 600 viewers live.
bro.
And I remember we were watching it in his living room. I was like, bro, I can't believe there's 600 other people watching the video right now.
Massive, bro.
Yeah, I was like,
like
bro.
for you too, like that's a moment, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. Like even the experience going down there, doing all of that, come back, editing, pushing it out on time.
Yeah.
Man, but then you know what though? Even though you had all this massive build up of stress and all that, once it's out there, it's the relief that comes.
Yeah.
You know, like afterwards, it's so like, would you say, was it like really heartwarming for you?
It
like,
was.
you're like,
It was seeing how well everyone took it in. It felt really good. But I also realized during the process, it was like, it was a different stress from when I'm like editing, say, a wedding. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm not stressing because I want to please the couple. It's like, I'm stressing, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm loving the process.
Yeah, true.
It's like, I'm like those weird people who like find enjoyment like in the struggle, like when you're trying to build something.
Yeah.
And like I love that part. So we were stressing hard out, but the whole time we were looking at each other like smiling.
Wow, that's so cool, man. That's one for the books for you, bro.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
One for the books for you. Dang. And then since then, man, you've done really well. You did 1-4, bro. Hey,
Oh yeah,
like,
I was just with them last weekend. That's actually met Carlin there for the first time.
Bro, how's that, man?
Bro, I don't know if he's gonna watch this, but I was fangirling.
Carlin, man, you gotta watch this, bro. Bro, we could go to his house.
Now, because I remember, I think it was 2019. This was when I was still transitioning to video.
Yeah.
1-4 came to Brisbane and he dropped the After movie.
Yeah.
I watched that video. I was like, holy moly. I think I want to do video now. Like, that was the catalyst for me.
Yeah. He's a gun, man.
Yeah.
Carlin is, wow, he's one of a kind, bro.
Yeah.
No one that I know of that's like that.
No, I was shooting. And then while I was shooting, I was still watching him, see how he shoots, like learning his angles.
Yeah. On the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's everywhere, bro. That dude can move, man.
He's in the crowd.
Yeah.
He's on the ute with JMs.
Yeah.
He's in the background. I was like, I've been in this one spot.
Bro, he can move, man.
Yeah.
I did that guy I was fortunate enough that guy took me on Fox.
Oh yeah.
Fox.
Yeah.
And that's like you, bro. I was just watching the way that guy was moving. I was like, man, he just knows, you know? Just knows. And then, like that angle once, bro. That's it. He never comes and repeats it.
That's
bro.
what I noticed because I'd be here like getting the same shot like 3 to 4 times. He's just like, yep.
Bro. That's it. He never comes back to the same spot, bro. He'll just do it once and then he's covered like, bro, 30 shots, bro, within the space of like 15 minutes or 10 minutes. And then he comes to me, he's like, you're done. Yeah. I'm like, hey. Yeah.
Even what tripped me out the most was because I don't know if you know where Street Uni in Woodridge is, but 1-4 was coming in behind the building so no one could see them.
Yeah.
And me and the Street Uni manager were waiting for them with 1-4's manager. The moment they came in and like parked up their van, Carlin got out straight onto filming.
Straight.
I was like, wow, this guy is different.
Yeah. And he's a good example, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for people to lead, I'm just talking about leaders in general in any lane, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta lead like that, bro. You gotta be like the one to run like that. If you can't, bro, and you're just like on the back, then it's hard for us to like, you know, be inspired or be willing to follow somebody. You know what I mean? True. Like that dude, he's a ball runner. He's from the front always, man. Yeah. And it's good. It makes it motivating to see one of our own. Yeah, no, it was. That, you know, that's good. How did you get into that 1-4 shoot, bro?
It was actually through my sister. So my sister, I don't know what she does, but she works a government job who works closely with Street Uni, and then. Yeah, she just messaged me like 2 days before. What are you doing on Saturday? I was like, I don't think I got anything planned. She's like, all right, you're going to come to me and shoot this thing for 1-4.
Oh,
I was like, okay.
How good, eh?
Yeah.
How cool. Because then, see, now you're, bro, just another thing on paper for
Yeah.
you. Not that it's like we use it for that reason, but I'm just saying, like, you know, for your experience, you can
Yeah.
put that down. You've shot for them, right? Was it mean though, like being around them?
It was mad. It was also it was an eye opener, like being able to meet the boys, because we got to talk to them for a little bit before they went out to the crowd.
Yeah.
I got like the same feeling I got from watching Carlin work. Like these guys also just want to inspire the next generation, show you can make money being a music artist.
Yeah.
And then when they went out to the crowd, they were giving, it was like 100 shoes or something they gave away. You could tell they weren't giving away shoes out so they can get their photo. Like they just genuinely wanted to give back to the community. And then that was like, I also had like another moment I had that realization of like you can't come into this game with like fake intentions.
Yeah.
Like you'll get chewed out really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, you've been blessed, man.
Oh, very. Yeah.
Wow. Within like this last I'd
like,
say the year.
Yeah, but just the last year has been crazy.
That's mean. Like, you know, it's cool because it kind of still ties in with a lot of the things you did from the very beginning.
Yeah.
You're shooting music artists, right?
Yeah.
You make beats. Bro, it doesn't get any, well, in
No,
my
honestly,
opinion, it doesn't get any bigger than that. You know what I mean? Like,
not really.
bro, and you've just stuck in the same path, but you've just elevated up in levels, man.
Yeah, just executing it differently. But it's like, we're like at the end of the day, like music is always going to be one of my biggest passions.
Yeah.
And like now, I just realized if I want to attract those same people, I need to show that side of me more.
Yeah.
Which also comes back to what we were saying before about being your most authentic self.
Yeah.
It's also like trying to be a bit more vulnerable on camera.
Yeah.
Especially as Islanders, we didn't talk about feelings.
Big time, bro.
And it's like, I think that's why my vlog series, I have like a daily vlog series on Instagram. I think that's why it's been doing so well. Because when I'm doing my voiceovers, it's not, in the morning I went to the gym, then I went to work. I'm talking about whatever's on my mind. It doesn't even relate to what's happening most of the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's where like, yeah, people are being impacted the most by it.
Yeah, yeah. And that's good to hear, bro.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Because you're absolutely right. I've been tracking along with your vlogs, bro.
Yeah.
That's just funny when I see you put it out there on your stories that you didn't realize how many people were chasing it
that
up.
was because I knew my family was watching, but then I started getting messages from heaps of random people who like sometimes we have no mutual followers.
Yeah.
And they're just like, mate, where's day 13? Where's day 14? I'm like keeping track.
That's
like,
cool.
I'm so sorry. Let me make another one.
That's cool. And I guess to add to that, you don't know what you're saying or what you're showing with your vlogs that's actually hitting them.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, bro, you didn't even know what they're going through.
Yeah, no,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, there could be a second or two within whatever you're sharing on there that might actually, they really enjoy it. You know? And it's like, man, that's cool.
That's like one of my recent vlogs I did was just me buying my missus flowers.
Yeah.
Bro, I was so nervous to post that because it was like, no one ever does lovey-dovey posts like that. But then when I posted, I had so many people messaging me like, all right, this is the sign I'm going to go make up with my partner.
Yeah.
I'm going to take her out, but then I'm going to go buy her some flowers.
Yeah, facts, bro.
I was like, oh, shucks.
That's good, bro. Like, you putting it on your stories like that stuff, it's nice for me to hear that, like, some people, bro, might see that and be like, oh, you know what? Hey, this guy's right. I should take my missus out for dinner. Or even send a text. You don't know, bro, what they're going to do, right? Someone might be just sending their text to their missus and say, oh, I love you.
And it's just that one text could lead to marriage 10 years down the line. Yeah.
Nick, film my wedding. It was because of your story. Please, man, come and film my wedding.
Nah, but that's like when I started making my own content, that was really one of my like my biggest values behind it was like this is weird to say.
Say it, bro.
Like my biggest when I started making my own content, I like wrote down who my exact audience was, what my content pillars are, my different values, beliefs. So when I make a video, I have to make sure it's true to who I am. Even if if I'm iffy about the feeling, I'm like, oh, I wrote it down. Is it this? Is it that? Is it that? And I'm like, oh, sweet, it is. But then what I'm realizing more recently, the more vulnerable I become, like the better it impacts people.
Yeah.
And like my main thing is I want to see the next generation of polys doing even better.
Yeah.
And I know, like, you're doing the podcast. We've got guys like Carlin shooting all like the high-end sports events.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's really no one being a catalyst for being more emotional and being okay with that.
Mm.
But I'm like, I know everyone feels emotions.
Mm.
So you're going to relate it to some way or another.
Yeah.
It just takes, like we were saying before, it takes someone to do it.
100%. And I think the cool thing about it is because you put that side of you out there for people,
Yeah.
that authentic side of you, good and the bad,
Yeah.
you only attract the people that love you for that,
Yeah.
love you for you. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we all got to understand, right? We're just,
Yeah.
bro, we got to accept that if people don't like us for
They
us
don't
showing
like us.
ourselves,
Yeah.
all good.
You just let it be.
Yeah, all good. You
Yeah.
know, just like attract your own people
Yeah.
who love you, like you for you, and be happy with that. Hey,
Yeah.
but just don't stop.
Yeah. That's it.
Being yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm such a dreamer, thinking person. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I'm like, I'm gonna be the first YouTube channel to hit 1 million views, like the first Islander.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I do a meetup, I don't want a bunch of like eshays coming to my meetup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want a bunch of little kids or like weird people. I want people that I'd actually be friends with.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? You have to be a bit vulnerable sometimes.
Yeah. Facts, man. That's cool, man. I think we're gonna just because we've covered a lot of mean.
Yeah, I could
mean
keep talking
topics.
forever on
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
this is awesome, man. But just for everyone to know, like this is. I'm sure I'm gonna bring on this guy again, man, for episode 2 because the conversation today has been good. It's been really, really good, eh? And I'm sure, like, my appreciation for the things that you've brought up is gonna be appreciated by other people as well watching it. You're very mature, bro. Like, in my opinion, I'd say, like, you're very mature in the game, and not even that, but, like, as a person, the way that you look at life and the way that you look at social media and how you want to be yourself, that's something that I know for this generation can be quite hard.
Yeah.
Quite hard to do because it's not a good way to say, but the influence is like everywhere.
There's a lot, yeah.
It's everywhere, so it's good for me to hear and to see that there's still people out there trying to live by, like, their honest self, So, yeah, bro, I'm pretty sure that this one's going to definitely inspire and touch a lot of people, but I'm grateful, bro. Grateful to have you on, Nick.
Thanks for having me and opening up this platform.
Oh, good. Like I said, like this platform is for creatives, but I've realized now after doing it a couple of times that I always dig in or find something new about a person. And today, bro, I found heaps about you, man. Like heaps, a lot of good things too, bro. A lot of really, really good things. So, thank you, Nick, for coming on. Before we wrap up, bro, is there anything that you want to add on?
I just think, Australia is so behind in the social media game. It's like, especially compared to America, like how they got millions of YouTubers having a livable income, where Australia is so tiny. I guess that's why I'm so supportive when I see people like you, especially Islanders doing well in the creative side. It's like, if we just keep at it and don't give up, we will be the catalyst for Australia. Like, I 100% believe that. Yeah. So just keep making content, guys.
Keep making content. Keep making content, bro. Again, for Nick, Nick made it. I'll drop his social media handles in the description below. But yeah, once again, man, Nick, thank you so much,
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you coming on. But yeah, like I said before, bro, we're going to run an episode 2 for sure with this guy.